Hello, everyone. Everyone's entering. My name is Carlijn Solminski. It is a good idea to turn off your microphone. Most of you already did that, I saw. And it's possible to show your face. I would love to see your face, but it's not necessary. But for me, it would be nice. So I can see your reactions also. Kind of a visual person. Yay! Okay. Well, welcome to the Barcelona Expat Week. Hi. Today is our last day, and I'm very pleased also to let you know that over 2,500 people were registered from more than 100 nationalities, different nationalities here. And well, my name is Carlijn Solminski. I'm an artist. I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I live here already 13 years, so I can call myself Barcelonina. So, and I would like to welcome you to my workshop, how to get inspired, and how to get inspired by Barcelona, of course, because, well, that is one of my biggest inspirations. Well, it's the first time I do this with no, no microphones, no feedback directly, but I prepared everything, so I hope that everything will turn out right. I will cross my fingers. We can communicate through cameras, so if you like, you can show me your work or anything. I will ask you some moments to show your work. I would love to ask you if you have paper. You need at least 5 pieces of paper. If you don't have 5 pieces of paper, then you just use 1 piece of paper and you tear it in 2. So then you have already 2. So that would be very nice if you have 5 pieces of paper. We're going to draw, and don't worry, I will not judge. You will be your own judge, okay? So I won't be asking you, for the people who are a little bit afraid, I won't be asking you to show it to everyone, okay? You also need a rotulador, a marker, a pen, or something, or yeah, something that you can, that's really writing very well. After that, let's see, I will first show you all a presentation about how to get inspired, because that's the question, how to get inspired. And it's not only in an artistic way, it's also very useful in your life. So, then we will do a very short workshop, like 10 minutes. Then we need to draw, after that I will show you how I got inspired by Barcelona and how that worked out. Then let's see. Oh yeah, and after this workshop or webinar, I would be very pleased if you left some comments about what you thought about it. Okay. Perfect. Is everybody ready? Okay, here we go. I will share. Let's see. This is cerrar. Let's see. Compartir pantalla. There we go. I've prepared a prezi. There we go. Now, this is my logo. Well, it is kind of a stain type of thing, like paint stains. And well, I thought a lot about how to get inspired. So hopefully in the end of this workshop you will know how to get inspired, because it's not that complicated. But first we go and see how the big artists do it. My big example, of course, is this Mr. Pablo Picasso. And he said that inspiration exists, but you have to find it working. That's why I think I shouldn't do a webinar, I should do a workshop. You have to find your inspiration, so we go and work. For just 10 minutes, don't worry, but we work. We make something, we create. That's what he was doing all the time. He didn't have time to do other stuff. He was only working all the time. And when he was eating, he was taking the fish on the plate, and he put a paper on it, and he drew the bones of the fish. He drew it on the paper. So even when he was eating, he was working. So I found a formula how to get in the same way as Picasso, and it's a very logical formula. I will show you. Let's go inside his head. Picasso, of course, he had a very academic. Let's see. Oh, wait. I have to put you the chat here. There we go. There we go. Now you can see. The formula how to become an artist, I think it is academic base. So you need academic base plus different perspective, and that it makes art. First, the academic base, what does it mean? It means like you have to know how to draw an eye first. So you have to know the techniques, you have to know about anatomy, you have to practice a lot. So that is really, really important. Let's see if I can see you. There was a mode, I think, where you could see them all. Well, anyway, so you have to know how to draw an eye first. So practice a lot. Picasso practiced so much because his father was a painter as well, and he was giving classes on the academy here in Barcelona. So yeah, he saw already that Pablo Picasso was a very big talent, and he wanted to be, he was very proud of his son, and he wanted his son to be one of the best. So Pablo, luckily, was very interested in painting and drawing, so he decided, yeah, okay, I want to learn. So he was becoming very academic, but to become a genius, of course, you have to think out of the box. You need a different perspective. And a different perspective is absolutely necessary to be an artist, or to sometimes to change or to innovate or something. So we're going to test ourselves how to get this different perspective. What does it mean? I will show you my first class at the Academy of Art Academy in Holland. I went to Maastricht Art Academy, and the first class I had, I thought, well, I come into the Art Academy. I already was admitted. I thought, like, wow, I'm a big artist. I can do this. And then the professor said, like, okay, well, let's see. Let's test you. Okay. We're going to do that too. You need one piece of paper, you need the pen, and you're going to draw the things on this paper, all the things on this paper. So one piece of paper, and you do this exercise on all this exercise on one paper. Okay, here we go. Test yourself. First thing is you get 30 seconds to draw a chicken. Draw a chicken. Yeah. You don't have to show it later on, so don't worry. But make a chicken that you recognize and make a nice chicken. Are we ready? If I go too fast, please tell me so. Okay. Next one. Are we ready? Okay, next one. Number 2. Draw a circle and cut it in 2. That is not that difficult, right? Then the next one, number 3. You take an orange, make an orange and cut it in 4 pieces. So first you draw a nice orange. And then you cut it into 4 pieces. Yeah? Okay. Here we go. Next one. Number 4, the last one, you make a cube. I'll show you. Make a cube. How to draw a cube. Let's see. Cube. And you cut off a piece. Okay. Now I want to see your faces. Let's see. Where are you? Okay. Okay, let's see where I can put these. Are you ready? Yeah, I want to see your faces all. Okay, now, please let me know when you did not draw the chicken from the side. It's also possible to draw the chicken from the front, or to draw the chicken from underneath. Why not? I didn't say you have to draw the chicken from the side, okay? Probably all of you have drawn the chicken from the sides. Next one. Please say so when you did not part the circle in 2 exact halves. I didn't ask to part them in half. I asked them to part in 2 pieces. So 2 pieces can also be like this piece and that piece, or that piece and that piece. You know, these are also 2 pieces. So not halves, okay? Next one. Oh yeah, anyone who did not part the orange in 4 equal pieces. Oh, very good. Yeah, maybe because it's drawn. Okay, well, you can really put it in different pieces, you know, like Renske did, or like here. Very, very, very artistic. And the last one, probably all of you cut some small edge or a piece of the cube. Well, I hope you have the same feeling as I had on my first class in the art academy, because my professor said like, okay, and that's what you have to train. You have to train to have a different perspective, because it's necessary to make new things, or to innovate, or to the different perspective is absolutely necessary. You see here the eye of Picasso, how he drew an eye from a different perspective. It's something you can train, okay? Now this is my formula. Let's see, ooh, where can I put you? There. The academic base, so you can see here the eye from the front, plus the different perspective together, ta-da, that's art, right? Okay, that's art. Let's see, how can I do this? It's a very interesting thing. Okay, that's my formula. Let's see, why do we need actually the different perspectives? Let's see if I can, something, can I change? Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah. Okay, why do we need, do we only need that to be an artist? But I also think that, that it's very important to see from different perspectives when you are not an artist, and when you are just, you know, when you are living, actually. It's very necessary in your life. So my father told me once when I was living in my parents' house, and one time we were sitting at the kitchen table, and he said like, okay, and he put on the big tetra brick of milk, half full of milk in Dutch, and he said like, okay, Carlijn, what do you see? So I was sitting at in front of him, and I said like, well, I see a glass of milk. It puts "We love milk." There's a blue drop. There's also a red mark. It says half full of milk. There's a button on it. You can open it, and it's a light blue. And oh, there's also a yellow flower. And my father said, "Nah, you're not speaking the truth. That's not true. I don't see that. I don't. And so if I don't see that, you're not right. I have to see that too. So if I don't see your perspectives, you are absolutely lying." So I was like, what? But I see this, this is, and then he showed me what he saw. Well, on the side, there wasn't any glass of milk. There was a big pot. I don't know how you call it in English, but there was a big melkbus in Dutch, with a bird sitting on it. So that it didn't have anything to, well, it was not at all a glass of milk and a red mark and a button at all. He said like, yeah, it's different. So the truth is 3D, he said. The truth is always, if you have something, you always need different perspectives to have a completer view of the truth. So, wow, that was quite a very interesting experience. So I think the more views, the more perspectives you have, the more completer the view of an object or a fact is. So, yeah, very important lesson this. Okay, next one. Oh, let's go to Picasso. Let's see how the maestro, how he did that. Let's see. Can I put you here? Works. Okay. As a Messiah, he's standing there. He was a big, well, example for me. Very, very important. And yeah, he was a master in innovating, in see things from another perspective. And yeah, probably he wasn't the most simpatico, but he was quite genius, let's say, about artistic work. So let's see his works. For example, you see at age 15, you see that he's already painting like, yeah, like an old man actually. Yeah, someone needs sometimes like 40 years to paint like this, and he did that already with age 15. So. But you can still see this is his academic side. And this is also his academic side. And then he goes to Paris, and he starts to be interested in a different perspective now. And this is the one he's is also very important that made him start with the Cubism. The Cubism is a total side of painting that never was seen at that time. He absolutely was one of the first expressionists that made the different perspective so important. So that the personal expression of an artist, that perspective was so important. So age 56, you can see age 83, actually here, he was trying to paint like a child. They say like when he was young, he was painting like an old man, and all of his life, he wanted to paint like a child. He wanted to have the spontaneity again about in painting. So he was searching all the time for the spontaneity. And here you can see age 90, he gets it's getting crazier and crazier. So a very, very interesting different perspective all the time. And it's very hard because most of the people, I do too, and so, we live in circles. So, and it's very hard to get out of your circle and to think outside of the box. You know, it's very, very hard. Also as an artist, but yeah, of course you can train that. Now, this is also very, very amazing what he did. Yeah, here's the bull that he already knew academically how to draw that bull, and bit by bit everything changes into these lines. So he only needed 1, 2, 3 lines. Well, this is a short line too. 4 lines to make a bull. That's absolutely. I think this is something that, yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Because it's so hard to find the core shape of something. Also in things in life, what is your core actually? What is your core shape? Not in lines, but also can you take away all the shadow and all the light and all the forms of yourself, and to get these 3 lines that make you. It's so important to get to know. But he needed, like, let's see, 12 drawings for that only. It's really, really interesting. Now we're going to look also at how he was drawing. So this is going to be fun. Have a good look, because afterwards we are going to do the workshop. So let's see how Picasso changed his art meanwhile he was drawing it. Here we go. Probably these are some sunflowers or something. And he's looking at the composition, like, what am I going to do more? And now he decides to change. All of a sudden, he's changing the vase of flowers. He's changing it into a fish. And the flowers are not flowers anymore. I'm not sure if he had the plan to do this beforehand, because I think he was drawing all the time like this, with spontaneity, like, just let's see what happens if I do this. And of course, he was able to draw whatever he wanted, so. And there, the fish changes again into a chicken. Probably the one you drew before. So, wow, that's really, really interesting. So Picasso was the big master of searching for spontaneity. Okay, now I will leave this presentation. I want to see you all. Let's see if that's possible. Let's see, is that possible? Oh, I don't know. Hello, what's on there? No, well, later I will have a look. Now you need the 4 pages that you still have. Okay, so 4 pieces of paper you need to do the next exercise. You already saw the different perspective, eh? So you already know now that it's not only about the knowledge how to draw, but also about different perspective. So if you don't have the academic backgrounds, you can always use the different perspective in you, okay? The first thing you have to do is to to number your pages. So I would do that like this, like in the left corner, on the upper left corner, you can draw a 1. And then, of course, the second page, you name it 2, and then you name it 3, the third page, and the fourth will be number 4. All right? Okay. Let's rock. Okay, now I want you to, let's see. Okay. You saw Picasso now, eh? Picasso also made one-liners. That meant that he left the pen on the paper. He didn't take it off anymore to make a new line. So he left the pen on the paper and he made a form out of it. Yeah? So you can do that too. So you put your pen on the paper and you have like 10 seconds to draw a nice line, a figure, something, okay? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Second page. Very good. Very well done. I don't see it, but it's already, you word something. Number 2, we do exactly the same. So again, a one-liner, but now you have 5 seconds, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, third page. Now we do it exactly the same. So 5 seconds, one-liner, but now we close our eyes. So close your eyes, please. We'll do it 5 seconds, a one-liner. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Fourth page. Fourth page. The fourth page, you do exactly the same. So a one-liner with your eyes closed, 5 seconds. But now, if you are left-handed, you give your pen, you put it in the right hand. If you are right-handed, you put it in your left hand, and you cannot support your arm on the table. So please just put your pen on the paper and don't support your arm. Don't have the lazy. And 5 seconds again, one-liner, eyes closed, and left hand or right hand, the other hand. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, very good. Now I want you to put all the papers next to each other and look at them. These are all your creations. So you are the one who has made this. Now look at the one that you find the most interesting. So not the most beautiful, but not necessarily the most beautiful, but the most interesting. And think about, about different perspective. Okay, now you have like 30 seconds to finish it. Yeah? So I give you 30 seconds more to finish the one you've chosen that is the most interesting. So maybe you can see a figure in it, maybe you can turn it around and maybe you know, something that inspires you, something that you think is the most interesting. You get 30 seconds to finish it, to make an eye in it or a landscape or something. Okay, one, I'll start now. Okay, I won't be counting. Yeah. Okay. All right. Probably, well, I know 90% of you has chosen the fourth drawing. Why is that? Maybe the third, but most of you opted for the fourth drawing. Well, I'll tell you, by taking away your control, in the end, you've drawn with your senses, with your feeling. You know, you could not even control yourself anymore. So first I took away time, so I made you not think too much. So you didn't have the time to think anymore. So then I took away the vision, so you could not see anymore what you were drawing. And then I also made you do something you couldn't control physically either. So you took the left hand instead of the right hand, and it was floating, you know, like this. So all this made you go fluently out of your comfort zone. Yay! That's very important to have a different perspective. So all know that all these four drawings are made by you. So this is all in you. So also the one that you didn't control the most. That's also something that's in you. So the more you step out of your circle, the more interesting it gets for you, because you surprise yourself. So my conclusion is, if you want to create something interesting, well, then step out of your comfort zone, do something differently, and look for the surprise, because that will give you inspiration. So I really think that inspiration or change is in the surprise. So how do you surprise yourself to do something totally different? All right. Okay, I will go on with my presentation. I will show you how I was inspired by Barcelona. 13 years ago, I came to Barcelona. I wanted to change my life. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I didn't know that back then, but probably that was the reason. And I came here, and I didn't even speak Spanish. So that was 13 years ago. That was quite hard. But anyway, that was very interesting too. But I fell in love with Barcelona. I was absolutely inspired by Barcelona. I thought, like, this is the most interesting city of the whole world. I will show you, and I will compartir pantalla. Let's see if it works. Yeah, there we go again. So I thought, like, oh, let's make an homenage to Barcelona, and let's paint a painting. Let's see, where are we? There am I, sitting in my studio making another painting. It is really that big, so it's 160 high and it's 130 ancho. This is my first painting that I made about Barcelona. This is, I thought like, oh, let's make a painting of Barcelona. But meanwhile doing it, I thought like, oh, it's absolutely not possible to capture everything in one painting. So, but anyway, I tried. And this was my very first painting 10 years ago. And you can see that I tried to use also a little bit of Picasso style. You can see that here still. I used to work for a ex-master forger, and I had to study Picasso too. So I still used his style. But as Picasso said, like good artists, they copy, and great artists steal. So I always thought like, let's do that. You can see here, this is Columbus, you know, pointing with the finger. This is Hotel Bella. This is the beach, of course. This is the catamaran that I went on. Tibidabo. This is the eye of, you know, of the Parque Güell lizards. But this is not only the peak of the Lagarto, but it's also the from Domenico Montané, the Palau de la Musica. Yeah, and on the finger of Columbus, there is the statue. I made a statue of Joan Miró that is in a Parque Joan Miró. Here you see the Torre Akbar, and you see a few towers of the Sagrada Familia. This is also the Tibidabo, the Parque de Atracciones. You see the La Señera, the flag of Barcelona, that is also, that changes into Casa Mila, and it changes into the sea. And this is the Gothical part. This is actually a Picasso museum. So you can see here all the, yeah, these are all in that painting. But I was really like, nah, this is actually, I'm doing too short. I have to do more. So I started to do the different districts. I thought like, well, there are 10 districts, and let's do every district on one canvas, a big, huge canvas. So you see here, you see my first painting that I also started 10 years ago. And it's about, yeah, maybe you recognize the barrio of the districts. I don't know if you see it very well. Anyway, I'll show you one by one. The first one is Eixample. That was where I was living, so I thought like, oh, that's what I start to get to know now first. So you can see Casa Batlló, you can see las gruas. I thought Barcelona had a lot of these gruas. I thought, whoa, I have to, especially Eixample. I was living in front of the Arena, the Plaza España, and I thought like, okay, only gruas here in Barcelona. So that's what I also painted. Then Manzana, of course, Geixample. Also the tile of Gaudí. This is also the Paseo de Gracia, where all the the fashion famous fashion shops are. Universitat, Plaza Catalunya, Sagrada Familia, Plaza Catalunya here. I thought like Plaza Catalunya, probably from up above, it looks like a tomato on a plate. So I thought like, let's make a plate out of it. Because in Eixample there are a lot of restaurants too. And yeah, so on. So every time I try to work as Picasso as well. So every time that you, of course, the big composition was already made. And then I thought like, oh, this form I could put like this to add that object or that building. Here's the second one, Ciutat Bella. Yeah, you can see here the Botero cat from Raval. You see Santa Maria del Mar statue with Santa Eulalia, the 13 geese. This is a picture of where I've hidden 13 geese. So that's one of the myths of the legends of Santa Eulalia, that she always she was 13. So always in the cathedral there are 13 geese. Oh, you can find them. So I was learning by walking through Barcelona. I was learning so much about Barcelona, and I got even more inspired and inspired. There were so many surprises for me coming from the Netherlands, but also because of it, the amazing culture that we have here. I will show you some more. After the first 5 paintings, I organized an exhibition in the Bar del Cumbén, and I organized also a game, like a contest. So the person who could write down the most things that they could find on my paintings, that they recognized on my paintings, that person got a free painting. Of course, it wasn't one of the biggest paintings, so I gave that person a small painting, but she, actually the winner, found 82 things only on 5 paintings. So I never had an exhibition before where people were looking like, oh, very interesting, you know. So that was a very good good idea to do. Sun's Station here, Miro, of course, and also the you know, you see the anchor of the cruise ships from the harbor. You also see it in Miro style. I tried. Here's also someone jumping. Oops, someone jumping into the city, because there's also the Olympic piscinas, the Olympic swimming pools. Parque Montjuic, etc. If you want to have a look later, you can also go to my website, carlijnsaminski.com. So maybe I go too fast through my paintings so that you cannot find everything, but you can see at least, maybe you recognize at least some things here. You can see here the Meridiana, this is the Diagonal, and this is the Gran Via. This is where San Martí is located. So that was my first composition. And then I started to do the vertical things, you know, because of the chimneys you still had there. Yeah. Gracia. Here you can see from the bench of Parque Güell, you can see the city. And this is the sea. Ah, go away. This is the sea, and then you see the Montjuic, there, the mountain. Yeah. La Columeta, all these legends and famous books. San Medir. What's his name again? This Gitano. What's his name again? Gato Perez. Gato Perez. He was from Gracia as well. It's a very famous flamenco. Well, flamenco, it was actually rumba. He was the one of the founders of the rumba. This is the Lily of Gracia. Of course, La Torre del Rioja. Cinemas Verdi. That's also very important for us, not Spanish-speaking people, because you have there in version original, you have there the films, so everybody knows the Cinemas Verdi. Okay, and this is Sarriá Sant Gervasi. Very interesting. After a while, Catalan people were also showing me, they were showing me around, like, oh, you are painting. Okay, well, I'll help you in my barrio. I will help you in my district. So it was very interesting to get to know Barcelona. I also went to because there were a lot of districts where I didn't know anything about it. So I went to Barcelona.cat, to the Ajuntament, to the City Hall website, and there are some very interesting routes on every district that you can do a route around the district. So they already have nice routes. But sometimes also the Ajuntament, they offered me a guide. So that was very interesting. Pedralbes les Corts, well, this is where also the Maternitat is. And this is a kind of a private thing because I painted myself giving birth to my children in the Camp Nou. So that's quite heavy. But I also, and this is my suegra, and she loves shopping. So she always went to La Illa. So I made her boots and her little dog shopping around La Illa. So that's, sometimes I put some personal stuff in it. So, but it's also very representative of the districts. Sant'Andreu, very interesting barrio. I didn't know anything about it until I went there. It was beautiful, really beautiful. Never knew that. So interesting. And this is Casas Baratas. That's amazing. That's really, really, really interesting. And I thought let's paint that because it's they are tearing that down because of, well, different ideas of how to make the city again. And this is also very interesting. This is something that they told me in the district itself. There's a building in Sant'Andreu that's called El Titanic, the Titanic. And it's called because of that, because in the 80s, some corrupt architect with a corrupt funcionario, they decided to make this building with a lot of pisos in it, and it's tearing apart because of the poor use of material. There's sometimes so people say like, oh, you're living in the Titanic. Oh, okay, you're living in the Titanic. Oh, then sorry for that. So I thought it's also very interesting. So I'm not only painting the beautiful things in the city, also I'm painting the things that people are living. You know, they are living in the Titanic and they talk about it, you know, and it's also, but I make it a beautiful drawing out of it. And it's not, I don't see it as a criticism, but it's kind of, what people tell me how they live. Here's also what I saw in Sant'Andreu. There was a Casal de Gent Gran. That was very interesting. They were dancing. And that's so beautiful about Barcelona, that older people are dancing, and it's really, really nice. There was a very interesting, they have so much energy, and that's so different than in my country where people are, if they are in a casal, then nothing happens. But here they become young again, actually. It's very interesting. And this one is also very interesting. This is Horta Guinardó. I didn't know anything about it too. And because I didn't want to, I don't know if you know the labyrinth, because I didn't want to paint a labyrinth. So I decided to use the myth of the labyrinth. So I used Ariadna. And Ariadna is standing here and she has the thread in her hand. And it's a real thread on the painting. I glued it on the painting. And you have to follow the threads to get to know, through all the escaleras mecánicas there in Horta Guinardó, you have to follow it through the districts. So Bailebron, Sant Genís, Klaas Oldenburg, the bunkers. Oops, here we go. They also, it was a big, it always used to be the place where people did the laundry because there was so many water in Horta Guinardó. La Clota amazing piece of Barcelona. When I was there, I thought like, this is not Barcelona. You should go there once too. La Clota, don't forget. So, and then Hospital San Pau, Carmel, this is Horta. And then also I made some jokes out of it. This is the velodrome from the Olympics. And you see here the Olympic sign, but there's a ring missing. So El Nen de Laru, that's a statue, he stole it. So he's running. This cyclist is looking at him like, what's he doing? What's going on there? This is Jaume Vilaseca, I think. This is the founder of the Catalan Constitution. And he's looking very like judging, like, no, that's not good. What are you doing? But La Ibicenca, that's a statue on the square in Horta. She's like, oh, come on, boy. Venga aquí, niño. Venga, no pasa nada. No pasa res. So it's kind of, I also put in some jokes and some humor in it. And my last one, no barris. And no barris, I was really overwhelmed. I never went to no barris before because I live in Eixample, I live next to Sagrada Familia. What do I have to do in no barris? Well, look at this. That's why you have to go to no barris. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's very, very interesting. Besides that, you also have the best tapas. So when the bars go open, bit by bit, we have to go to La Esquinica. That's here. In Cocinica, I painted it too because it was totally authentic. There were no guiris there. I was the only one. So it's really, really nice. Also, the world champion of skating, and it's a girl, Paula Flores. This was they do that every day. This is the circus school. If you go there, they are practicing every day on the wall, against the wall, and they're making the most beautiful choreographies that you see, and it's for free. You're standing next to it. I was standing like, what? This is Cirque du Soleil, but no, it's Ateneo Popular in No Barris. Very interesting, very beautiful, beautiful things. If you need to know more about the paintings, you are very welcome to leave some comments afterwards. Okay. Yeah. And now this is what I do. This is the arts coaching. So through art, I know I can see what kind of new changes you need. So this is the COVID friendly picture. These are all pictures that I made before the corona came. It is, as you can see, I want my workshops to be fun, to have fun, and I always am trying. Well, I actually get out the artist of everyone. So that means if I get out the artist of a person, the inner artist, that means that I believe that everyone has an artist inside. So most of us, we hide it. And it's absolutely necessary, especially for the different perspectives, to use it in life. Not only to draw or something, but to see things from a different side. So during my workshops, you can see that. No, I think I've told everything. My website is Kaleido Barcelona, and it's about art coaching, different perspectives. This is my name, and this is my phone number. You can text me on WhatsApp. You can also find me on Instagram with Kaleido Barcelona, but also Kalijn Painting. LinkedIn. You can see also on the website here of Barcelona Expat Week. You can see a video that we've made during in August. So you're very welcome to have contact with me. I'm very looking forward to see. Oops, yeah, there we are. I'm very looking forward to see your comments and maybe to see you in real life again sometimes, and to ask and to answer questions or anything. And yeah, I was very delighted to have you here in my workshop. Thank you. Have a nice day and spread the words. Okay. Bye.